Hello, I'm Whitney.
And I'm Taylor, and we're back as the Ghost
Bow
Sisters.
bow.
Yas! A lovely 2-week hiatus
Yeah,
that was definitely
it
needed. Oh my
it
gosh.
really was. I mean, when you were like,
Yes.
"We're gonna take 2 weeks off," I was like, "Oh, okay." But I mean, I got sick the first week, and I started school, and then just school. Like, yeah, I needed it.
Yeah, I have been just like I don't think I've had a break. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that we took the 2 weeks and now we can come back stronger than ever.
Yep.
So, yep. So the cool thing is, I have no idea what we're talking about
Woo
today.
woo. And the cool thing is I switched topics 3 times. So even if you did, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, I'm really excited about this, especially because like you have no clue. And so I'm really excited.
Yeah.
I mean, no one else has a clue. I mean, you will because Taylor's gonna put the subject line on there, so you're gonna be like, "Ha, bitch, I already knew." But, it'll still be it'll still be fun and exciting.
Yeah.
So, if you're ready,
I'm ready. Let's
all
go.
right. So maybe you can add in some like dramatic sounds or something to this. Because Taylor,
Okay. Okay.
I want you to imagine with me, if you will. You are driving in a car late at night down a backcountry road. The only
Mhm.
light around you comes just from your headlights. As you pass down the winding country road, enjoying the peaceful nighttime drive, with the trees towering around you, you turn the corner and your headlights seem to illuminate something in the distance. You notice two bright red lights far off in the distance. They are way too bright to be a distant spotlight, and you don't recall that there's a train on this road. You decide to slow down a little bit as you start to approach these lights, when to your horror, you see it, a large, looming figure with large, glowing red eyes. You stare in fear as you see its wings expand, blocking the light of your headlights. They cover the entire width of the road when suddenly it flies up into the sky. This is what happened when two couples near Point Pleasant, West Virginia, were on a drive.
I the second you said two orbs, I was like, I know what we're doing.
So, on November 15th, 1966, two couples, Roger and Linda Scarberry and Steve and Mary Mallet, I think Mallet, were driving outside near the TNT area outside of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, when they passed by an abandoned power plant. And suddenly, Steve noticed large, glowing red eyes, as I mentioned, and a weird winged like man beast in the middle of the road. Linda gave a description of the beast as having large, circular, fiery red eyes with a body of a man, but with wings. She said about the half man, half monster that you could actually see the muscles in its legs. The couple stated that it seemed to kind of wobble as though it couldn't keep its balance. In fear, they sped along the road back to Route 62 towards Point Pleasant. As they watched it take off and follow them back towards town, they said that they could hear it, like its wings hitting the top of the car, and it left actual like scratch marks on top of the car. They said that they stated that they could actually hear outside of the vehicle, and this was Mary Mallet gave this description, that it sounded like it squeaked like a big mouse, which
Okay.
is a little odd for like
Yeah. Not terrifying, but okay.
because I'm like you hear like and then like but so the group stated that once they made it to the edge of Point Pleasant, the winged creature actually just vanished towards a nearby field. and the
Hmm.
group was too afraid to turn back to see what exactly it was. But that wasn't the end of their encounter. So the couple stopped at a local Dairyland, which I didn't look into. I don't really know what it is, but it reminds me of like Dairy Queen. Maybe? I
Mhm.
don't know. Someone let me know. But they were trying to decide what it was that they wanted to do next. Eventually, they decided, let's go make sure what we saw actually was real. Let's go make sure that it's actually still there. So they headed that way. And of course, fear got the better of them, and they were like, nope, fuck that, and decided to turn back around. They were like, I can't handle that. But on the
That's fair.
way of turning back around, they actually saw a dead dog on the side of the road.
Oh,
At that point, though, the creature reemerged by where the dog was and launched itself over their car to the other side of the field.
oh, damn.
So the two couples quickly sped back down along the road because they were like, nope. And they stopped at a diner where they contacted the police deputy, Millard Halstead. They explained to the deputy the encounter that they just had. And the deputy thought, no, not at all. But then thought about it, old town 60s style, and was like, nah, these kids, they're good kids. So he decided that he would go check things out with them. So they all gathered up, got into the car, and the kids led them back towards where they saw it and where this dog was. Whenever they got over there, the deputy said that he didn't see anything, but he did start hearing weird static coming from his radio. That's kind of it for him. However, the
Hmm.
teens, the couples that were sitting inside of the vehicle, noticed that there was something kind of flying off towards the side. Like they saw it kind of like flying in the sky, making rounds and everything, and kind of creating like a big cloud of dust in a nearby coal yard. That's kind of all that they really saw. However, it was
Hmm.
concerning enough that the next day, Sheriff George Johnson, which is like, it's a great name, Sheriff
That's a
George
name, yeah.
Johnson,
George
George
Johnson.
Johnson, he held a press conference discussing that sighting, to which the local press then named this creature Mothman. Which, of course, the
Yeah.
idea was similar to that of the popular comic book character at the time, Batman. That's really how it got its name, was, Mothman.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Despite this huge interaction that happened, the actual first reported sighting of Mothman was in 1966 in Clendenin, West Virginia, by two gravediggers. They were just kind of doing their job when all of a sudden out of the woods this giant creature just like appeared before them and then was like, peace out, Girl Scout, and flew away towards Point Pleasant. So
Hmm.
after those two gravediggers saw it, a few days later, that is whenever our two couples happened upon this creature within the woods. But as we learned with their encounter, obviously it likes to chase vehicles, but no one ever mentioned it, like, attacking anyone. But for me, like, the couple saw a dead dog, so, like, it makes me wonder if maybe it could attack animals or
Yeah.
anything like that, but there wasn't a whole lot, you know, about
It's
that.
like the Sasquatch. Yeah, it's like the Sasquatch of flying cryptids.
Yeah, I mean, basically, yeah, they were like, "I
Yeah.
don't fucking know, it does whatever Mothmen do." I don't
Mothman.
Mothman?
Mothman
Does
does
whatever a
whatever a
Mothman
Mothman
can.
does.
So, as we gathered, a Mothman, well, not a Mothman, the Mothman, is a humanoid like creature that is part man and part bird with very distinctive red eyes. It's said that it stands between 6 and 7 foot tall, and it has like a darkish gray color to its entire body. There's statues of it, of course, and they depict it with like big muscles and like talons and like all of that kind of stuff.
Right.
But of course, Mothman has those distinctive wings that are said to have a 10-foot wingspan, And it's possible that those wings look like a moth or they look like a bat or even owl-like kind of wings.
Hmm.
Which, have you seen the video of, like, the owls flying? Like, they go through all of the different kinds of birds and, like, record the sounds of them flying, and it gets to the owl, and it's just silence.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, that's a really cool, like
think of a 7-foot tall, red-eyed monster making absolutely no noise as it flies in the skies with its 10-foot wingspan, like, that's terrifying.
that is terrifying, yeah. That's yeah.
The other descriptive things for it, it's sometimes said to have had a tail, and then it has no neck.
You have no neck!
Yep. Just like a thumb Mothman. Mothman thumb. The Mothman, though, should not be confused with the creature Owlman. So, the
Oh.
Owlman, or also known as Death Raptor,
Oh, shit.
like, it escalates so quickly. Like, I was like, "What the fuck is an Owlman?" And then it was like, AKA Death Raptor, and I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Ooh.
whoa, whoa."
Okay, so wait, okay. What was your ghost hunting name? It was Shadow something.
Oh, yeah, Shadow Master.
Shadow Master.
Shadow Master.
I wanna be Death
You're gonna be
Raptor.
Death Raptor? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Shadow Master and Death Raptor. Pew, pew.
Yeah.
Fighting crime.
Yeah.
Ooh, we should be like a paranormal crime fighting team. Like, we fight crimes from, like, afterlife crimes. I don't know.
So we're ghosted. Isn't that the whole premises of Ghosted?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. I only saw a couple episodes of Ghosted, so I don't really know what it's
Okay.
about. Anyways, so the Owlman, aka Death Raptor, aka Taylor, is a human,
Yeah.
a human owl-like creature that's been said to be seen in the village of Monen. Monen. I'm very sorry, y'all. Monen in Cornwall in the UK.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Cornwall. God,
Cornwall.
oh,
Cronwall.
Cornwall. My eyes just like were dyslexic for a minute.
It's good.
Cornwall in the UK in 1976. So it was actually said that this, I'm just going to call it Death Raptor now. This Death Raptor was spotted by two young girls in the village. It was like flying over like a church tower, but that's really all. Like, that's it. There's not a
Huh.
whole lot. I also saw something about the one of the guys that like reported on it or actually like said that he saw it is known to be a hoaxer. So they're kind of like,
Aw.
maybe not.
Yeah,
But
that's fair.
the description of Owlman is it's only about 4 or 5 feet tall, so it's like Mothman's younger cousin, but still has like a 10-foot wingspan. And obviously it
Oh,
has
shit.
like, owl-like wings and everything, and it has talons, but it also apparently has red glowing eyes.
Huh.
So yeah, but don't get that confused because Mothman actually, especially for the city of Pleasant Point, is thought to be a harbinger of doom. So
Yep.
it gets a bad rap. Like, a lot of times people are like, it's a villain, like, ah, it's evil. And then other people are like, it's just trying to help you guys out, man. So
Right.
yeah,
He's just trying to live him life.
he's living life. So I've got a few of the disasters that Mothman has been said to have either not really prophesized, but to have been spotted around, been involved with, so on and so forth.
Okay.
So, one of the main sightings, which of course is in Point Pleasant, so it was sighted between 1966 and 1967, at which point was the collapse of the Silver Bridge. So, this bridge is part of Route 35 and it crossed the Ohio River and connected Point Pleasant, West Virginia to Gallipolis. Gala,
Gallipolis?
gal, ga, what?
Gallipolis?
Gallipolis. Yep. I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know why my mouth is
I
like,
don't
you
know.
can't say that. Ohio. Anyways, so West Virginia to Ohio. So the Silver Bridge was an I-bar chain suspension bridge that was built in 1928. And you've got the face that I had. So, an I-bar chain bridge, I did look up because I am not an engineer of any sort. Apparently, what an I-bar is it's a straight bar with eye holes on either end. And then you hook up the different components to the for the bridge to the ends of it. So it's just basically one giant piece of steel with two holes at the end and connects things. So,
Okay.
but it is a suspension bridge. Nope, nope, lies. It is a tension bridge and not a suspension bridge.
Okay. Just lies.
Lies, lies, slander. Anyways, so the bridge collapsed on December 15th, 1967 during rush hour traffic, and it caused the death of 46 people.
Oh, damn.
It was kind of the video that I saw went into a little bit of detail as far as like, a majority of those deaths were from drowning. The cars all fell into the river. They searched for people. There were two that were not ever found, but it was around Christmas. Apparently, there were like Christmas presents
Oh.
floating in the water and everything. It was just a very tragic disaster that happened.
Bleh. Yeah.
So, during the investigation into the incident, not institute, it was discovered that a single eye bar actually had a small notch, at least from what I understand from reading about it, was a small notch that caused it to give way. So there was a defect in
Hmm.
that eye bar. So that investigation also brought up the fact that the bridge was not supposed to withstand the amount of weight that it actually was. And so, of course, over
Yeah.
time, that notch starts to open further and further. And also, it turns out that the bridge was not maintained appropriately.
Surprise.
Shocking. I mean, maybe they would have found the notch if it was. But
You know what's crazy to me is that this is like people that can go back to like firefighters that can go back and figure out where the origin of the fire started, that they can look through all of this rubble and
and be like,
debris
there
and
it
be
is.
like, that right there is what started it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy because I also was like, "How do you know it's just that one single thing?" But, I mean, I guess
Right.
unless they can tell, maybe it's the difference between, like, the others pulling apart versus slowly
Mhm.
moving and eating away kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, because like geology, you can tell the difference between different types of stress and
Yeah, so
all of
maybe it's
that.
the same kind of
Yeah.
thing. They're able to look at that. I don't know, you guys have amazing eyes. Way to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
legit.
Yeah. Which also, how do you become are you an engineering investigator? Like,
I don't know. That's like the other day I found out about forensic meteorology and I was like, "The fuck is
oh,
that?"
yeah, that stuff's fascinating. Yeah, where you,
Yeah, like I'm gonna have to do that.
go back to, like, what the weather was at the time and the possibilities and, like, "Oh, there could have been
Yeah,
a, lightning bolt that struck it, blah." Yeah, that's pretty cool.
right.
Get on it.
But that's
What are
like
you doing here? Fuck.
that's like people that are like considered chicken nugget experts and stuff. It's like, how did you become that?
Okay, look, so I was in FFA in high school, and
Uh-huh.
legit, one of the activities that I had was, like, I had to go through and be able to tell, like, the difference between a grade A egg and a grade B egg. I had to go through and figure out the different types of chicken nuggets. Like, I learned that there's such thing as a marriage, and it's whenever 2 chicken nuggets are stuck together, it's called a marriage.
Hmm.
And then, of course, I
No.
know, and then, like, looking at the different chickens and stuff and being able to tell what a healthy one is versus not healthy one, the
Hmm.
egg-laying ones and the non-ones, and normally the ones that look like complete shit are the master egg layers, so
Yeah, that sounds about right.
it's upsetting. But yeah, so that was FFA was weird. It was wild.
Yeah, high school was
High school
wild.
was wild. So back to this. How
Huh.
does
Yeah.
Mothman fit into this tragedy?
Yeah.
So there were reports of Mothman being sighted either flying by the bridge or even sitting on the bridge. And a lot of people that saw it sitting presume that it was sitting where that eye bar was damaged. That leads some people to say that Mothman was the reason that the bridge broke. Like, it was sitting out there and was like, ha ha ha, fuck you guys, and destroyed it. But others believe that it was the creature's way to warn people that there was a defect on that bridge at that time. So, yeah.
I think he may have just been tired of flying and he was like, bridge.
I mean, maybe. Like, I feel like
Yeah,
that's why a lot of birds stop flying, is they're like,
it's legit.
this isn't home, but it's home for right now, you know.
Exactly.
But after
But
what?
as I say, but that doesn't make for a good story.
That
So,
does not make for a good story. While it is not widely believed that Mothman travels the globe or even the United States, there have been other sightings that have preceded different disasters. One of them includes the explosion in Chernobyl. So,
really?
yeah, on April 26th,
Huh.
1986, in Soviet Russia, there was an explosion in Chernobyl when performing a system test of reactor 4. The town nearby, Pripyat, I think is how you guys say it, I don't know. Pripyat was the base for first responders. However, of course, it was later evacuated due to the amount of radiation from the disaster. During
Mhm.
different interviews with residents of Pripyat, it was discovered that they actually saw a large winged creature flying over the town several times. Some workers from Chernobyl actually stated that they saw the same creature hovering over the plant. So, descriptions of the creature matched those from Point Pleasant in 1966. It was a man
Huh.
like bird with glowing red eyes.
So I actually, now that you've like explained it, I remember reading something about one of the workers that he just recently died and he was talking about he remembered seeing it like through the window in
Mm.
Chernobyl before the accident happened.
Yeah, it sounded like some of them were saying it was like days before. I didn't really see anything that said
Mhm.
it was like the day of or like right before it happened, but it just like it was around and it was kind of like a weird warning sign for stuff.
Mhm.
So then, of course, another very tragic incident was people claim to have seen the creature near the World Trade Center about 5 days
Ooh.
before the terrorist attacks that changed the nation. Some people stated that they actually saw the creature on the day of the attacks and that they could see him through the clouds of smoke and debris. So that was a
Hmm.
very big one, obviously. I didn't really find a whole lot about that, just people, I guess, said that they saw it there.
I could see that, like, some people might legitimately be like, "Yes, I actually saw it," but I could also see some people just saying, "Oh, I saw this," just to make it
Yeah,
dramatic.
I could see that too. Yeah.
So,
The last and most recent claimed sighting of Mothman was actually on another bridge on Route 35. I
oh,
feel like at this point Route 35 is cursed.
yeah, in bridges.
Bridges. Don't do bridges,
Bridges.
y'all. No.
Dot
Dun,
dot.
dun. Route 34 over the Mississippi River in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Unlike the Silver Bridge, this bridge was a truss arc bridge, which is like it looks like a little half moon underneath the bridge. I'm assuming. I don't know anything about bridges, but it's
Oh,
it's
I
got like
okay.
the arch under it, not
Yeah,
above it,
I
under
got
it.
you. Yeah.
So completely different kind of bridge. On August 1st, 2007, during, again, rush hour traffic, it experienced a catastrophic failure, which resulted in 13 people dead and 145 injured.
Wow.
Yeah. So, according to the investigation into the bridge collapse, it was determined that a gusset plate was ripped along a line of rivets.
Hmm.
So, once rush hour traffic hit, there was added weight on the bridge and it caused the bridge to finally give out and collapse. So, for months before the collapse, though, it seems as though there were reports came flooding in about a Mothman like figure that was seen near and around the bridge. So,
Hmm.
again, another warning.
Interesting.
So, of course, as stated before, majority of these sightings have been mainly in Pleasant Point, West Virginia. It doesn't sound like he really likes to pack his bags and travel. He's kind of a homebody, which
Same.
same. So, back in 1966, a local journalist, Mary Heyer, began reporting on the Mothman sightings and eventually teamed up with UFOologist,
UFO ufologist.
ufologist
Yeah.
John Keel. So John Keel, he went on to write the book The Mothman Prophecies, which led to the
Mhm.
movie with Richard Gere and a whole thing. There's a whole thing. Anyways, it was said that them teaming up was almost like them becoming the Mulder and Scully of Pleasant Point. So
Okay.
they investigated all sorts of supernatural kind of things, of course, Mothman and different UFO sightings.
Hmm.
However, that led Mary Hyre to receive a very interesting visit from Men in Black.
Oh, okay.
So Hyre
Yeah.
received a knock on her office door one day in 1967. When she opened the door, she was confronted by two men wearing full black suits, black sunglasses, and black fedoras. They told her to stop investigating Mothman and to stop reporting on it. Hyre later reported to one of her friends that the men never blinked during their interaction.
Hmm.
So she wasn't.
That that's like, so the Men in Black are like a thing. Like
We're
they
getting into
are.
it.
Oh, we're getting okay.
I,
Cool.
I'm
Yeah.
we're I went down a little rabbit hole. So we're getting into the Men in
Yeah.
Black. Just a
Okay.
small snippet of it because they really do expand a lot, but Mothman is like the key starting point of Men in Black.
Huh.
So, Mary Hyre was not the first and only one to receive this weird, threatening visit from the Men in Black. On February 22nd, 1967, a woman named Connie Carpenter, I think a child named Connie Carpenter, teenage,
Okay.
said that she was walking to school whenever a black car pulled up alongside her and a man who was wearing, again, all black and with very pale complexion ordered Connie to get into the vehicle. She, of course, refused.
Yeah. No, thank
"N-
you.
No, bro, back off." He then grabbed her by the arm and tried to force her into the vehicle. Connie was a feisty bitch and she managed to escape and run home.
Yeah.
However, the next day, a note was slipped under her door at home that said, "Be careful, girl. I can get you yet."
Oh, that gives me serial killer vibes for some
I mean,
reason.
the Men in Black are not good at all.
No, yeah, they're not. No.
The Men in Black showed up to many people who reported seeing the Mothman. It wasn't just these two. There were lots of reports stating that they saw these people, well, quote unquote, people around Point Pleasant between the years of 1966 and 1967 when all the sightings of Mothman were occurring. So they were described, of course, as wearing all black, being very pale, almost gaunt. Someone described them as looking like cadavers, so almost dead like.
Yeah.
One description said that they had very, very transparent skin and the person could see their veins through their skin, which, I
I
mean,
mean,
me
same.
too. So
Yeah.
I don't know what that says about us, but like, I guess maybe like more so than us. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't
But
know.
that same person also said that they're like, they had really, really long fingers, like
Fingers? Yeah.
abnormally long. And they were really like
Mhm.
weird and awkward in different social interactions. And like, Like, shaking hands was the example given, that they
Right.
just were like, "I don't know what to do with this," and so they
I don't know what to do with my
so, like,
hands.
that apparently was a very distinguishing thing for them. So, some people think that these beings are some sort of, like, extraterrestrial being, or chances are, the more popular thought is they are part of like a quasi government agency that are tasked with looking into UFOs and UFO witnesses, or even just, assassinating those witnesses, which makes sense for the 1960s. But I think now that we're like, UFOs exist, whatever, aliens are
Right.
real, I don't know how useful the Men in Black are now.
I mean, they could still threaten people into not talking, because we've confirmed aliens exist, but we haven't confirmed cryptids
That
exist.
is true. And that is one of the things that they're big on, is like, "Nope,
Mhm.
Mothman doesn't exist. Stop reporting on this bullshit." Because there is I did see something, I didn't go too far into it, but they were like, Point Pleasant is actually an interdimensional point, and that is where, creatures like Mothman come through into our universe and everything. So, maybe.
Did they say why it's a
No,
point?
because really, I didn't see when I was looking. To be fair, Point Pleasant is Mothman Central. Like, that's their shit.
Sure, yeah.
So, not a
Yeah.
whole lot came up, but I guess, I mean, it would make sense. It's West Virginia. Maybe they do get a lot of UFOs. I don't know. I don't know. So,
It's West
it's West
Virginia.
Virginia. I don't know. Maybe if you guys are in Point Pleasant or in West Virginia or somewhere near there, let us know. Like, is stuff a little spookier out there than it is here? Like, I don't know. Maybe you guys
Yeah,
too have like a weird portal.
maybe
Maybe. So,
we should go look.
back to the Men in Black. We're not done with these guys.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
they're also said to follow people in their black vehicles. Most said that they drive Cadillacs, which I was like, okay, that's,
They're sponsored by
I guess
Cadillac, that's
so.
why.
I don't know. It's a very like, I feel like it would be better if it was just like, I think it's a Cadillac, but it's like an unmarked vehicle kind of deal. Like, that would be better.
Right.
I don't, maybe they didn't get a choice in the matter. They were like, there's a Cadillac dealership nearby, go. So, I don't know. They would
Yeah.
just kind of follow their targets around, or just like sit in their vehicles staring and watching their intended targets. Others would even pull out cameras to take photos of their targets.
Oh, I'm sure that'll get you in trouble with the Men in Black.
No, the Men in Black are the
Oh, the
ones
Men in
doing it.
Black would take pictures.
And
Gotcha.
these particular agents are called phantom photographers. So,
Oh.
yeah. But apparently they're just a big old nuisance. I didn't see anything about like people disappearing with them. They're just kind of assholes keeping track of things.
Okay.
It does make me kind of think though, are they assholes, or are they like the hero of their own story kind of thing?
They're the main character, Whitney.
Well, duh. I'm so sorry.
They're they're like the, what is it, the video where they're at war and the guy's like, "Are we the
Are we the
baddies?"
baddies? Now, John Keel, our man from earlier who teamed up with Mary Hyre, definitely did not think that they were the main characters and that they were the bad guys. So he
Mhm.
actually kind of made it like his weird life purpose to call them out, basically. He was big into, researching UFOs. And of course, when Mothman started happening, he was big into that too. But when all of the
Mhm.
stuff started happening with the Men in Black related to both the UFOs and Mothman, he was like, fuck you guys. I got your number. So he went out and started to kind of chase them around, trying to call them out and confront them. So he even was the one that coined the term MIB, like, shortening
Mhm.
that out, not out, in, down,
In, down.
in, down, in, down, up, up, left, right. Anyways, so making MIB to be more mainstream for those who have come into contact with them, or,
Mhm.
just UFO researchers who may need to know about them. And then John Keel even made them change their vehicle of choice. He called them out and stated they drive black Cadillacs. And at that point, it's believed that the MIB switched up what they were driving and started driving black Volkswagens.
Okay.
So,
You're still all driving the same ass
yeah,
car.
so it's kind of like, yeah, we all know you got the weird hive mind thing going. We understand. You're all the same person.
Right.
But he still was able to call them out.
Mhm,
So, as I said before, the town of Point Pleasant is the home of Mothman
mhm.
and also where the MIB got their start, apparently. They're up and coming rising
Hmm.
stars. The town is actually like super duper beyond proud of their Mothman. Like they love him. And they
Yeah.
hold a festival and everything honoring him. It's actually, this is a very timely episode, and I did not plan that because their festival is held the third weekend in September.
Oh,
Oh, damn!
damn.
So, like, you guys listen to this and then go book your tickets and go to West Virginia and enjoy,
Yeah.
the Mothman Festival.
And tell us how it went.
Yeah, because they apparently have, like, guest speakers, and those guest speakers go over all sorts of topics, of course, talking about Mothman, but it also talks about Bigfoot and then even into paranormal subjects too. So, like, if you guys are listening to this, you guys would probably enjoy the shit out of this festival. You guys should go.
Legit.
When you attend the festival, you of course need to stop by and see the Mothman statue that's in the center of town. Get that picture of that bad boy and then stop by the Mothman Museum. Like this is it should they should just change their name to Mothman City. Like that's
Yeah.
what they need. I mean, and it kind of fits in with like Gotham City, the whole Batman like connection there. I think they need
Yeah.
to change it. I really do. So
Agreed.
at the festival, you can also their tagline on their website is Orlando's got that Mickey character. We've got Mothman. So there is a guy dressed up as Mothman walking around the festival taking pictures and everything. So go
That's
have
amazing.
fun
We should
and
go.
enjoy and get your picture taken with Mothman.
Yeah.
So that is what I had on Mothman. It was a fun happy accident because I just was looking around at things and I was like, "Oh yeah, Mothman!" So
Mothman?
Mothman's exciting, and I hope you guys found it exciting too.
I found it exciting. I loved
Well,
it.
great.
I love Mothman.
Yeah, Mothman. Oh my gosh. Okay, so while I was looking at things, have you heard of Squishmallows?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Is there a
There
Mothman
is a
squishmallow?
Mothman Squishmallow, and it
Oh
is the
god.
cutest thing in the world, and I want one so bad now. Like, it is just adorable. It's got, like, the little wings, it's got little red eyes, it's just so cute, and it's, like, fat and
Yeah.
adorable. Ugh, I want one. I've never wanted a stuffed animal more than
That's
that
funny.
right now. So, it's just adorable.
Very good. That's funny.
Well,
Amazing.
I think that's all I've
Very
got.
good. Yes. If you live in West Virginia and you have experiences with Mothman, or apparently if you live anywhere in the world and you have experiences with
Well,
Mothman, reach out to
as
us.
stated
Unless it's the Death Raptor.
okay, as stated again, he doesn't like to travel. Chances are he's
Yeah.
in West Virginia.
Yeah.
Mountain
Well,
Mama.
still, Country Road. I think that's the second time we've
It
sang
really is.
that.
It's a catchy song.
It
It
is.
is.
So, yes, if you have experiences with Mothman or the Men in Black,
Ooh, if you have
um,
experiences with the Men in Black, tell me. Yeah.
yas, hit us up on Instagram at the Ghost Sisters TX, or hit us up on Gmail, the Ghost Sisters TX at gmail.com, or the Ghost Sisters at everywhere else that we have social media.
Yeah. All of the things.
Yeah, all the things. So, yes,
We will spook you bitches later.
later, bitches.
Bye.
Bye.